Hey, welcome everyone to our Primerica CRM training. Glad you're all able to check in with us. It was funny that this conversation was started because I was putting together my notes and so on and lining up the speakers, and I'm reading through, and we got Aaron Haltman from Tennessee and Wendy Lucas out in Washington, and Jackson, Florida, and Josh is in Illinois. And I was thinking to myself just a half hour ago, it's like I could go anywhere in the country and just pop into any one of these states. And if I happen to be in Tennessee, it's like, hey, Aaron, what are you up to? And I have a friend in Tennessee, and I haven't met Wendy personally out in Washington, but if I was ever there, I'm sure Wendy and I would probably go out and grab a bite or get together, because that's the kind of business that we're in. You could call any Primerica office and there's somebody available to help you. So anyway, welcome to our CRM training. I'm very, very excited about the lineup that we have. Very excited about what's happening in CRM in general. There's a lot of activity going on. There's something called the field working group. So these are our reps. We're out there, we're doing it, we're meeting with clients, but we also have experience, using CRMs. We have, programming experience. We've got all this different background that we get to bring to the table. And the CRM that is being custom created for all of you is being pushed by all the expertise that the field gets to bring, which is absolutely amazing. In most cases, if my first experience with the CRM was, back when I was even part-time, worked for a company that had a CRM, and I got whatever they had, and I had to learn their system. It wasn't necessarily customized, but that's it. Sit down and figure this out. But we're bringing something together that's going to have all the features of some of the gold standard CRMs that if you Googled, all these names would pop up. So we'll have the functionality, but be customized in terms of the way that we're structured as a business, the way that we run our businesses. So uh, is it taking a while? Yeah. We talk about eating the elephant. Well, we're actually putting the elephant together, piece by piece, bite by bite. But what we're creating is going to be something that is going to be amazing. I mean, it's going to allow you to, and what is CRM? It's client relationship management. The hub is that client, that contact, and everything is going to revolve around that, from the marketing to reports to alerts to tasks and meeting. Everything is going to revolve to make sure that your client has the best experience possible, that when they become a client, it's not one and done. Have a great life and hope everything goes well. It's we're going to take care of you from the time you become a client, where we do your life app and set up your first Roth IRA, to setting up your kids' college funds right up through retirement. Why? Because we're going to keep in contact with you and make sure you have this great client experience. That's what it's all about. So we have a great lineup for you this morning. We're doing it a little bit differently. We're going to go to our demo first. And I've known Aaron for many years when he was in the New York area, moved down to Tennessee. But very, very talented guy, building a fantastic business. He's now out of Gallatin, Tennessee, $300,000 earner, full ownership. So I am going to pass it on to Aaron Haltman for our demo. Take it away, Aaron.
Welcome and hello. It's nice to see everybody this morning. I'm pretty stoked. I always like talking about CRM. By the way, Don, just come over to my house. I'll break out my guitar. We'll have a country song written for you in about 15 minutes with the kind of stuff that you got going on, dude. Maybe 3 or 4 country songs, actually. It should be no problem at all.
Yeah, we'll be on it. Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. We're so proud of you. You're so tough, bro. Thank you for being an unbelievable example for all of us of mental toughness, my man. So we're gonna jump into some CRM demo stuff. I wanna talk to the newest person who's just getting started with CRM, who's never heard of CRM, who just got onto the POL for the first time, and they're like, "What is the POL and what is the CRM and how do these things work and what do I do?" Okay, I want to talk to the RVPs who are wondering how to use CRM inside of their office, how to get the brand newest person getting going on CRM, and what that actually looks like, guys. And I've kind of broken this down into a 6-step process for really rolling out CRM and getting it going quickly and understanding it as quickly as possible. And and making it work for you. But I want you to know you got to be flexible. You need to be flexible with this kind of stuff because it's a learning curve, right? Raise your hand if you are still alive. And that means that you have the ability to learn. So this is really, really, really exciting, okay? If we have the ability to learn new things, then we have the ability to grow and change and become anything that we want to become. And CRM, frankly, I don't think there's any place on POL that you can click that is more valuable to your business in less time than CRM. I don't think there's anywhere on POL that you can click that will transform your business quite as fast or as actively or as directly as CRM does. Like, it has an immediate same day impact on your communication with your existing clients. Does that make sense to you guys? It's absolutely profound. So here's what I want you guys to do. First and foremost, right? Step number 1 in mastering CRM. My kids are starting to help. You guys ever have kids who are like better at technology than you? I just crossed that threshold in my life. It was unbelievable. I was like trying to figure something out on the Primerica app. My son, who's 11 years old, who's never been on the Primerica app, says, "Dad, here, let me give it to me." And in 30 seconds, he figures it out. I'm like, what in the heck? I mean, I don't know if this is new for any of you guys, but I was like, I needed like a half an hour to recover. I was like upset about it. It was terrifying. And this is the same kid who walks up to me 30 minutes later and says, "Dad, did you know that when people are born, they actually are born with 4 kidneys?" And I normally I would be like, "No, they're not, son." But after this amazing technological demonstration on my son's part, I was like, "Okay, I didn't know that, son. What do you mean?" And he said, "Yeah, and as you grow up, 2 of them become grown-up knees." So that's my son, who is now better at technology than I am. Unbelievable. So the first thing I want you to do, step 1 in mastering CRM, is get the Primerica app on your phone. I don't know about you guys, but I'm on this Primerica app every single day. I go into this thing, I look at it. I like to dream about what it's going to look like when the scoreboard has an extra 0 on every single line down the board, right? But what I want you guys to do first and foremost is we need to synchronize our contacts with the tools that we have on hand, okay? Raise your hand if you pay for your cell phone, right? Everybody pays a cell phone bill. And I think this is the first step in actually making it so that your cell phone can pay you, right? That would be nice if we could actually get that device in our hands actually making money for us. And this is the first step. See, most people, the average person, has between 300 and 500 contacts in their phone at any given time, okay? And if they're entrepreneurial, or if they're a social butterfly, or if they have influence, then the average jumps to between 1,500 and 2,000 different contacts in their phone. Does this make sense to you, right? Now, if you do the math by that, and only 10% of those people want a little bit of help with their money, which I think is shockingly conservative, that's between 30 and 150, 200 people that are going to be excited to get a contact from you. They're going to be pumped up to meet you, right? So the first thing we do right as you log into the app is you click the little 3 lines in the top corner. I don't have a graphic for this because it's literally 4 things. Very easy. Click the little 3 lines, which I guess is called a drawer, which is a word that I couldn't say until I was in my 30s, by the way. I always said drawer or jar, but apparently it's drawer, however you say it, okay? You hit that, and then you scroll down to where it says Tools. You don't go to the contacts. You go to Tools, and then Contact Manager. And then in the top right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots. That's called an ellipsis. And then once you click that, you click on Import Contacts. And then you follow the instructions. You go through and you select the people that you want to add to your CRM. My suggestion is that you select all of them. Take a few minutes and do this. If you have a lot of contacts in your phone, it's going to take some time. So just set it aside, and then you can move on to step number 2 while your phone processes the meaning of life in the background and sends all of those contacts up to the CRM system, okay? So that's step number 1. Upload your contracts, synchronize your data. I do this with people when they first start our team, typically within the first week or 2. I try to get them synchronizing their contacts into the CRM system, okay? It's step number 1 in building a business. And I always tell people the same thing. Look, if you opened up a pizza parlor, who would you call and say you just opened up a pizza parlor? Probably everybody. I think it's kind of tough to call the people you don't know. So you would call everybody that you do know and tell them about your pizza parlor. Does this make sense? So that's exactly where we're going to start. Step number 2 is I think everybody needs a scheduling link. I think this is just standard business practice in the 21st century. If you want to get food delivered to your house, nobody apparently calls the pizza parlor anymore. I called the pizza parlor the other day. They thought I was weird for calling. They said, "Sir, you know we have an app, right?" And I was like, "You sound like my son. Cut it out." Everybody's got an app for everything, right or wrong, right? I mean, if you want to book a massage, you do it on the app. If you want to book a haircut, you do it on the app. If you want to book it, you do it on the app. Everybody's got an app. Now, I don't care what you do or how you use it. If you're securities licensed, Primerica provides the enterprise level Zoom. Their scheduling software is awesome. If you are not securities licensed, then you got to figure this out on your own for a little bit or get your securities license. That's a good piece of advice right there. I personally use Acuity. You can use Calendly. You can use whatever you want, but you need to have a place where a person can click and schedule your time. Okay? It needs to be a click and then they schedule your time. However you do that, that's step number one, set it up. Some of y'all are thinking, wait a minute, Aaron, I thought you were teaching about CRM. You ain't even gone in CRM yet. I know, I'm getting to it. I'm working on it. We're going to be there in no time flat. It's very important. Now we're actually there. Once we get to step number 3, now we go to the actual CRM software, okay? Because now we have actually the tools that we need to get CRM rocking and rolling and doing what it needs to do. So now all you're going to do is you're going to log into POL, and right up at the top of the screen, there's all these little blue links, right? I think it's funny. All the most powerful things that you use the most often are also the tiniest little itty bitty guys right here at the top, right? So there's the turbo apps and the virtual base shop, and this little tiny guy right here, CRM. This is the fastest way to get to the client relationship management software at the top of your POL screen, okay? So you're going to click on CRM, and it's going to take you over into the portal. Now, this software, guys, I can't brag enough about this CRM system. I have seen client relationship management software, and this is world-class stuff. And it wasn't always that way. I hope you guys who are new know how unbelievably spoiled you are. It's never been a better time to build a Primerica business. The tools that we have access to right now are unbelievable. They're next level stuff. I mean, we didn't even have a CRM. I didn't even know how to spell CRM when I started in Primerica. And now we have all of this software that does all this stuff for you. It's incredible, okay? So now you go into CRM, and just any of my video game buddies on the call, the first thing that you do is you mess with the settings, right? That's the first thing you do is you mess with the settings, okay? Which is the same thing we're going to do with CRM. You go to this little